Hi, welcome to my channel, and today's video is about fatigue and being tired all the time. It is one of the chief complaints people have. It's one of the main reasons people typically make appointments to see their doctor. They feel tired and they don't know why. Even after sleeping for 8 and 9 hours straight, you wake up tired. Or you're tired throughout the day for some reason, maybe around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, there's this really nasty dip in your energy. And there's a lot of reasons why this happens, and I'm going to talk about some of the reasons. And the key is to understand how to find out exactly which reason it is, or if you have a few different things causing it. So let's get started. All right, so today we're talking about fatigue and being so tired all the time. Nobody wants that. With fatigue problems, you can't get anything done and life is miserable. And the thing is, we got to reverse that as soon as you can. Okay, so we want to reverse fatigue, and there's usually multiple reasons why people feel fatigue, and sometimes there's more than one reason. So let's go through a few of them and see if we can remedy them. The first cause of fatigue is being emotionally stressed out. What happens when people are really emotionally stressed out is they don't sleep as well. Their glycemic, their sugar index is all messed up because there's too much adrenaline in their body. And adrenaline creates a lot of cortisol and stress hormones, and it puts the body under stress, and that causes fatigue. And there's ways to test for those kind of things. So let's go through a few different processes of testing why you might be stressed out or feeling tired regularly. In chronic fatigue, it's the worst. So sometimes people get in these positions where they're just chronically tired for weeks and they don't know how to get out of it. So this video might be a little bit longer and I might have to break this up to a few different segments, but let's talk about the basic reasons why people get fatigued and how to reverse it really quickly. And then I'll do another video about more complicated reasons that cause fatigue. So let's start with the basics that are most common, all right? The first cause of fatigue that's very common is emotional stress. Being really stressed out, having a lot of worries, being adrenalized all the time from being in a crisis, trying to get too many things done, being in a hurry, being under deadlines, being stressed out with relationships you're in or your job. These things compound in the cells and eventually you kind of blow a circuit. You know, they call it a circuit or a sugar circuit. And testing the sugar circuit is surprisingly easy. All you have to do is put somebody on a table that's flat and put them into a running gait. A gait is basically this position where one arm's forward and the other opposite leg is forward. It's kind of like you're walking, you know, you swing your arms and your opposite leg is moving. That's basically a gait. So when you lay somebody on a table and you put them in a running position, they should stay strong. Now, if they go weak, something's wrong. They're not processing their sugar correctly and their glycemic index is not functioning and their sugar circuit is failing. So there's basically two sugar circuits, the right arm and the left arm. You can do one arm and test it, and then you can switch and also switch legs and you can test the other side. And basically, if either one of those fails, one of the sugar circuits is failing, basically hyperglycemic or hypoglycemic. And then there's some pressure points on the face. In other words, you can touch these two pressure points under the nose and put the hand here and pause lock that. And when you pause lock, it kind of locks that question in and you can get into what's called chronic testing. Chronic meaning, is this a problem chronically? And the body will say, yeah, this is a chronic problem. And if it goes weak in a chronic test, then they have other failing circuits chronically. So people need to pass all 4 of those tests. Sugar circuits on both sides and chronic sugar circuits on both sides. I have a whole video on how to do this. It's basically something you can learn in 10 minutes. Test a person. Why are they failing? Why are these sugar circuits failing? Why is a person not processing their insulin levels and not balanced? Typically because they're stressed out. And what we can do is we can reverse these emotions using the protocols that we have on my website and they're reversible in about 30 seconds. There's actually a whole live seminar that I have here if you want to see how the sugar circuits or other circuits in the body might be failing, and it causes a person to feel chronically tired or temporarily tired, maybe for the day, or tired until they resolve whatever that life stress is. But sometimes life goes on and stresses go on, and it's better to resolve your body's imbalances and resolve the life stuff when you can, obviously. Sometimes your job is always going to be a stressor and you can't always resolve that, but you can repair the sugar circuit and build your kind of immunity, build up your vitality to even dealing with that work stress or that relationship or whatever crisis or deadline you're dealing with that's causing the sugar failure or the sugar circuit failure. But once you repair all 4 of the sugar circuits and the causes of what makes them fail, a person's energy will just go up and it will increase within seconds. They'll feel revitalized, they'll feel alert, and they'll basically, you'll see it in their face even, they'll just be more inundated with energy, and they'll feel less sleepy. And that 4 p.m., that 3 p.m., 4 p.m. crash may not even happen after you repair the sugar circuits, because the body will be back to functioning. And the other thing is, when the sugar circuits fail, there's too much adrenaline in the body and the body doesn't settle and sleep properly, making the problem even worse the next day. So what happens is too much insulin and sugar in the body, which is caused by adrenaline or just being ramped up, causes poor sleep. And poor sleep, of course, makes people tired the next day and going forward, really tired. So you got to get good sleep, and you got to remedy the emotional stuff so the sleep is solid, and of course, fix those 4 circuits. There's a whole video about how to fix the circuits, but let's take a look at another cause, another reason that's very common for people being chronically tired. So the second reason that people are typically tired is they're eating the wrong things for their body type. Everybody has a body type. We're designed, there's 25 different designs, 25 different chemistry types, and Dr. Carolyn Mine talks about that in this video here. And it's really good to learn what your body type is. Once you know what your body type is and what your vibration is, you could say, then there's a whole list of food that's made for you. And typically it's food that you're gonna enjoy eating, and it's gonna make you feel good anyway. And then there's gonna be a list of stuff you can eat sometimes, but if you eat it too often, it's too much of a burden on your chemistry. And then of course there's a small list that everybody has not to eat. Just avoid that stuff. And if you eat it once a month, I think you'll be okay. But if you eat it 2 or 3 times a week, that list is going to really put a burden on your chemistry, and eventually you're going to be chronically tired just from bad diet. Bad diet is different for everybody. There are certain people that are made to eat certain things. There are some people that can eat bacon every other day and it's fine. There are some people that cannot have almonds, yet almonds are typically really good for most people, along with olive oil. Some people are not supposed to have olive oil, but 80% of people, olive oil is really good for. So once you know your body type and you're eating within the frame of what you're genetically made to eat, fatigue levels start to go away and your energy just goes back up, okay? So that's the second cause of why people are chronically fatigued: emotional stress, eating out of their body type. So let's get into the third reason why people are chronically tired. It's typically because there's some kind of imbalance in their gut, like infection or an infection in the bloodstream. Something like bacteria levels, flu, cold, some virus. Sometimes virus is going to be in the body for years and be kind of drawing on the immune system. There are certain viruses like Epstein-Barr, Lyme disease, carries a lot of different mixes of infections. And if you're living in the country and you're regularly bitten by fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, they are constantly injecting bacteria into the body, and your body could be suffering from having to endure fighting off random infections, maybe 2 and 3 and 6 different combinations of pathogens. So we want to make sure that we deal with muscle response testing, how to find out if there's an infection imbalance and how to test for that. And I have a whole kit on how to test for infections and if they're out of balance and your body's having a problem fighting off the infection. So those are the 3 most common reasons people are fatigued. So I hope that's benefit for you. I'm going to talk about other causes of fatigue in my more advanced video coming up. That video is going to talk about more of the spiritual kind of stuff, things like chakra damage, fractured souls, element burnout, things that are a little bit beyond the traditional clinical stuff. But there are ways that additional fatigue can happen in the body, specifically because of energetic, spiritual imbalances going on, and which also can be remedied or reversed in seconds with some of our protocols. So I hope you liked my video today and you hit the subscribe button, because there's a lot of new and cutting edge stuff coming up in my next videos. And I want to share this with you, so make sure you hit the like button and for sure hit the notification bell, because every time a new video comes out, it might be something that really is a benefit for you and you want to be notified. I appreciate you joining me today. Make sure you go to our website and take a look at all these different remedies and all these different media kits that break down how to muscle response test and how to reverse things that are not giving you the 5 neo-philosophies in your life, the 5 things everybody wants, which is great health, awesome, stable finances, great relationships, self-confidence, and that spiritual connection, that spiritual balance that kind of runs those other things. So I hope this video is a benefit for you. I'll see you at the next one. Enjoy and take care.